The wizard has sent me something. A nice video. Let's see.
Hey, Hooptie, sorry to hear about all your car troubles you've had this week. Anyways, we're getting ready to head out on the yacht. We're getting things set up. We're going to head out on the lake. We've got some serious yachting to do.
Good old Dennis. More reliable than my hoopties.
I do try.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Well, all right. This one's bricked. So can I hitch a ride with you? Because I'm actually going to head up to Wizards. He's on his yacht, but we'll check on the cars.
He finally got it up. Oh, he did get that.
He has 3 yachts now. He bought another one and then another one. I know, it's crazy. Welcome to Hooptie's Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And today I'm going to prove this is truly the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube. And there is no way you want to live the life that I have. I am literally a slave to these things. All of my time is spent chasing around these cars, dropping off cars, taking an Uber to pick up another car, and then figuring out what I'm going to do with all these cars. It is a lot of fun, but it can be very nerve-wracking, especially in July for some reason. Even back when I was in the car business at my dealership, I would call July Carmageddon because everything seemed to break in July, and that's what's happening right now. I also just paid off a credit card bill, which was $40,000 for a billing period, a month basically, $40,000, which is the most I've ever had, and more money than I was making in an entire year, well, a little more than 5 years ago. $40,000 on a credit card, which is just, it seems impossible, but then I realized the car wizard right now is sitting on his yacht in the Redneck Riviera in Oklahoma, a big one he just bought, 40 feet, a Trojan with 2 bedrooms and bathrooms, and I kind of know why. But I wanted to do some more forensic accounting and look back over the last year and see how much truly I have spent on my cars in the last year, and it is quite staggering. But before we go through all of that, I'm going to talk about, well, Carmageddon for July. We are actually waiting for a tow truck right now to pick up one of the cars behind me that has bricked itself, and my Lamborghini, the Countach, is proving to be very, very difficult, true to form with every single Lamborghini project I have ever had. But before we dive into Carmageddon 2021 and the insane cost of having a Hooptie Fleet, I'd like to thank Policy Genius for sponsoring today's video, which is giving you an opportunity to save a lot of money on auto insurance, which is a major cost with the Hooptie Fleet. 'Tis the season to grill, chill, and see if you're overpaying on auto insurance. Policy Genius is a free and easy way to look for cash savings you might be missing out on. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare home and auto insurance in one place. They can help you find coverage similar to what you have now, but at a lower price, and they saved customers an average of $1,250 per year over what they were paying for home and auto insurance. Their team will even handle the paperwork to set up your new policy or switch over your current rate. Getting started is easy. First, just head to policygenius.com/hoovies and answer a few quick questions about yourself and your property. Then Policy Genius takes it from there. They'll compare rates from America's top insurers from Progressive to Allstate to find your lowest quote. The Policy Genius team can look for ways to save you more, including bundling your home and auto policies. If they find a better rate than what you're paying now, they'll switch you over for free. Their top-notch services earned Policy Genius thousands of 5-star reviews across Trustpilot and Google. So head to policygenius.com/hoovies to get started right now. Support me and my generous sponsor and save money at policygenius.com/hoovies, which is linked below. Now we can talk about not saving money. Amazingly, it's not the Bentley that's bricking itself or the Lamborghini. After the long wait for the steering rack stuff with the Diablo, it's been doing quite well, but a similar story on the Countach up at the Car Wizards, which we'll cover in a little bit. The Corvette's actually back from detail, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. The Nassau blue paint is shining, a little bit of touch-up here and there, but overall, amazing paint color. Inside, nice too. And the car that has bricked itself is, well, this one. My very first car, my 1985 Mercedes 500 SL that my grandmother bought new and she gave to me when I was 16 to drive. And I have been neglecting this car for years. And, well, it's decided to really bite me in the butt right now. So I had the car up on this middle lift here through all of winter, and when I let this car sit for too long, it starts leaking transmission fluid, hemorrhaging transmission fluid, enough to where it was coming down the sides of the floor here, getting on this part, and then draining onto the floor. It was leaving a drip. I actually slipped and fell in the puddle. It also dripped on the car beneath it, which is awful. Now, if I start the car up and drive it, the seal kind of wettens up and then stops. And then I can just top off the fluid and be on my way. And that's what I did with this car, except the battery was dead. I charged it up and planned to drive it a lot. So I didn't disconnect the battery. I have a cutoff in there like I should, because if I disconnect the battery, that means it's going to sit for a while. So in my head, if I leave the battery connected, I know I need to drive it. And well, that didn't work because I didn't drive it and the battery went dead. And I went to move the car and no battery, no big deal. I can jump it off. Unfortunately, this is the hood cable. So I went to pull the cable and well, it snapped and the cable broke right at the hood latch, which is absolutely frozen. You can see there's a little thing dangling right here with just a little bit of metal, which is where the cable was attached to the latch, and the latch is completely frozen, which is probably why the cable snapped. So I have a completely bricked car that I cannot get the hood latch to budge, so it is going to be towed by Skeeter's Towing up to the car wizard, who is not at his shop. So we'll be checking in with Michael, his right-hand man, and well, wizard can keep on yachting. Good old Dennis, more reliable than my hoopties.
I do try.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Well, all right. This one's bricked.
Oh.
The hood is stuck.
That's Grandma's car.
That is Grandma's car. Yes, sir.
We don't like seeing that.
Yes,
No.
yes. But the theme of my video is how much I spend on my stupid cars. And I actually added up all of my tow bills for the last year, $1,200. I thought it'd be a lot more.
I need to start charging more. That's all there is to it.
Don't do that. But you're actually the cheapest one.
Yeah.
Of everybody
I
I see regularly. You're the most affordable.
I do try. That's what keeps me busy. That's why I'm hiring another driver.
So can I hitch a ride with you? Because I'm actually going to head up to Wizards. He's on his yacht, but we'll check on the cars.
He finally got it up. Oh, he did get that.
He has 3 yachts now. He bought another one and then another one. I know, it's crazy. But yeah, I'll help you push this one on and then we'll boogie.
All right, sounds good.
Another day in paradise. Hoopties. Well, no wizard.
No wizard.
He's enjoying his yacht. Maybe he'll send us a video message from his yacht to put in the video.
Hopefully.
But, yeah, he was supposed to go to Shangri-La yesterday on his yacht. Isn't that nice? But this, it's dead. It's very, very stuck in there. See that little dingly thing?
Yep.
That should be opening a hood and it's not.
Oh,
and the
boy.
cable snapped.
Oh boy.
So have fun with that. But I'm actually very curious about the Countach because you've been the primary care physician on this.
I have been the primary caretaker for your Countach.
And it hasn't been good.
It has not been cooperative, but it's not my fault.
Oh, it's not the wizard's fault, or not Magic Mike's fault. Okay. All right. So, the issue has been with this ignition box, which is probably what was acting up in the car in the first place when I drove it up here, barely under its own power. And we sent it off to an outfit to rebuild it,
Correct.
but with modern guts, but then the actual real box, and it didn't work.
It did not work. I called their technical support, they gave me some instructions, and it didn't end up working even after the technical support. So we sent it back. They said that we found a problem with your control unit, sent it back to us after fixing it, and it still didn't work.
So that's 2 dead boxes.
2 dead boxes.
And they did say it was their fault on their end, so it's not something the car is doing. I mean, it either powers or it doesn't. It either sends spark or it doesn't. If it's not sending spark, then it's not something here, right?
Exactly, yep.
So Wizard, is this antique?
This is the new MSD ignition, well, new used MSD ignition box.
Okay.
It's for a 12-cylinder.
I was thinking it was going to be something new, to be honest. This looks well used.
It looks well used, so.
But it is an MSD ignition, which is very simple. They usually just work.
Yep, so hopefully I can get this one installed within the next week and we can get your Countach up and running.
Yeah, because the Countach rally is coming up. I'm swinging it to Monterey for Car Week, and that's in like 6 weeks. I thought we had plenty of time. But
Lamborghinis, they've got me sweating.
The steering rack on the damn Diablo was an unbelievable process. And you would think a little ignition box on a Countach wouldn't be as bad, but it's Lamborghinis. Well, it's my cars generally, which is why this video today is about how much money I'm spending on cars, which has wizards on yachts and other things. So we'll head back home. I guess there's a car here I can take home, and then I'm gonna add it all up. Please, Michael, please. Please, we need this car. We need this car.
It's got me sweating.
But there are a couple of cars I can take home, right?
You got a couple of choices.
Okay.
Either the Cadillac or the Mercedes.
The Brougham. It had an oil leak, and the carburetor was kind of funky. So that's fixed?
That's
I
fixed.
think I'll take that one. Yeah, you got the keys?
Before that, I do have a ticket for you.
He's trained his people well. All right, what do we got?
Your total for the Cadillac today, $296.06.
Oh, well, he hasn't trained you that well.
Not enough.
Yeah, you got to pad that one out a little bit, apparently. Okay, well, I'll square up, but the wizard builds over the last year, I'm sure, are going to be enormous.
I'm sure.
I started adding it up, but then the tow truck showed up, so it's a lot. Remember me saying July's Carmageddon? Because I tried to drive the Cadillac back, but the AC wasn't working. It has a new compressor on it, but it seems to have leaked out somewhere. So I took the old Mercedes CL 500 and, well, quite a noise here. That's not coming through the radio. That's not some whistling teapot. Tea's done. That's my car. So that was the blower motor on the Mercedes. That was letting go, unfortunately. So another car that's losing its air conditioning in Carmageddon. But don't feel bad for me. I'm feeling kind of blue, but in a good way. I've chosen this lifestyle like a pig chooses to live in its crap and really, really enjoys it, and you all make it possible. Still, it's absolutely insane. I am a legit crazy person because I do all of this. In the last couple of months, my expenses have been well over $100,000. And well, that's absolutely insane, but don't feel bad for me because you all make it possible by watching these videos, buying my merch, and subscribing to these videos so I can have cars like this: silver blue, Nassau blue, Grigio alloy, I think, Azure blue, aqua blue, and, well, Riptide blue. But let's head into the garage now where I have totaled up all the expenses. I have it on my phone, and actually, the wizard has sent me something. A nice video. Let's see.
Hey, Hooptie, sorry to hear about all your car troubles you've had this week. Anyways, we're getting ready to head out on the yacht. We're getting things set up. We're going to head out on the lake. We've got some serious yachting to do. I'll take care of your problems here after I get done cruising the lake. Right now, yachting is priority number one.
Yachting. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, wizard. Oh, the wizard. Everybody needs a vacation, I suppose, but I can see why you can afford 3 yachts now. I actually have a boat down there myself that I've never officially revealed, so if I get a lot of likes, comments, and subscribe, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll do a yacht special, perhaps, with the wizard, but let's go over the expenses. As I said earlier with Dennis, about $1,200 in the last year on towing, which really isn't that bad. I thought it would be a major expense, but it really wasn't that much. A much bigger expense, which kind of surprised me, this is the next cheapest expense, and that's shipping. For me to bring cars in and to take them places like Car Trek, but mostly bringing them in. When I buy cars, I have to ship them in. I spent $13,748 in the last year on shipping. That's pretty wild, but slightly more expensive is the third biggest expense, and that's $13,949, and that's for insurance, which you'd think insurance would be a lot more on 30 cars, some of them being very expensive like this one, but a little over $1,000 a month on insurance. And that's because I can't drive all of these cars at once, with the exception of my wife's Range Rover. I'm listed as the only driver, so it's actually pretty reasonable. Unless the tornado were to come through and take out all of my cars, it'd have to be at the Wizards and the hangar and this place, which would be pretty unlikely. There's no way all the cars would get taken out at once, so pretty reasonable on the insurance. Now, the second most expensive thing is the one that really took me by surprise, and that's all the taxes that I pay on purchasing the vehicles and the tags, the registration. And in the last year, this number is $66,075 in sales tax and tags on the Hooptie Fleet, and that's because I buy a lot of cars, and it's 7.5% sales tax on every single one of these cars that I buy, and then I have to tag them. So when you spend 6 figures on a car, that's $7,500 on $100,000, so that's why it adds up so quickly. I didn't realize, though, it was that much, which makes me wonder, should I get my dealer's license again? Because if I had a dealer's license, I could have the same kind of insurance, but then not pay sales tax on the cars. I could drive them on dealer tags, and since I don't keep the cars very long anyway, I do sell kind of quickly, usually like a dealership. Some cars I keep for years. It may make sense for me to get a dealer's license again, but then there'd be all new expenses of a commercial building that's zoned for a dealership. There's a bunch of different expenses with that as well, along with, well, the dealer's license itself. So I need to analyze that a little bit. But the most expensive expense is, well, what you expected, and that's car repairs. I'm including car parts, maintenance, and repairs over the last year, and that number is, well, take a guess. No, you're wrong. It's $175,881 is what I've spent in the last year with the Car Ninja, the Car Wizard, and, well, detailers and auto parts like a 427 Corvette engine. That's what I've spent in the last year on auto repairs, almost $200,000 on auto repairs, which is absolutely insane. I'm not counting the purchase price of these cars either. The purchase price is a totally thing on its own. Me buying cars, that's just repairing them, maintaining them, cleaning them. That's how much it's cost over the last year. I really hope my wife doesn't see this video because then she'll know exactly where all the money is going. Thank you for watching. Oh my God, just $175,000.